Hello world, today I'll tell you about my perception of the surroundings and the first year that marked me as weak among the inmates. When I was arrested during the grueling time in the temporary detention center and later in quarantine at the pretrial detention center, you are held in such intense stress and tension that the thought of tears doesn't even cross your mind. And a caravan of thoughts like anger at myself and unfamiliar people around me whom I encountered for the first time in my life, and that's all that surrounded me in the first months before entering the general cell. And I remember when I shed my first tear, the senior inmate called the general meeting, and the agenda was the stolen products from the refrigerator. And it was all about stolen sausage. You can't imagine what started there: swearing, accusation, and some explosive, resentful aggression towards each other, and I think toward themselves only. And all this because of food. I was sitting on the upper bank of the Shkonka and couldn't believe what happening. Someone suggested inserting ink past from the pen into the sausage to catch a thief. And while I was sitting on the Shkonka on this upper bunk, I was in disbelief because I was wondering about the people around me. They were going to kill each other, and all this because of food, about sausage. What? Where I am, And it was so strange to me that I started crying, and the senior cellmate saw that I was crying and turned it into a joke, saying that you're frightening Sima with your screams. Frightening. No, that's not quite the right word. It was only then that I realized the place I found myself in and what kind of people surround me. And a large part of this contingent wasn't familiar with the word mutual aid, where everything is so sad that looking for signs of a person in this empty ice is simply pointless. And navigating relationships in prison is a whole different story. From unending flattery to shifting sense of envy and anger behind the sense intrigues of operatives pushing inmates to do their bidding. And all of this understanding comes much later. In the first months, I felt an indescribable shock at how people allow themselves to interact with each other. Some with aggressions and some with constant aggression, and some with arrogance, they were thinking that they're queens, and I don't know, but we are all in the same problem, and you can allow to be arrogant with each other, what? And those who smile to your face only to weave shames against you in the very next moment. How can this be? We didn't choose to be in the same cell with these people, but that's how it turned out, and now we have to establish a balanced and peaceful atmosphere. Oh no, for women it's too boring, and they crave intensity, passion, and emotions, of which I've seen plenty, and always ongoing conflicts on domestic grounds. Fortunately, in this penitentiary there were paid services, which I'll tell you about next Thursday, and thank you for your views and support. Until our next encounter. See you. Bye.